Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video we are going to be doing a marble acrylic ombre with a little bit of stamping as well, so I really hope you all enjoy watching. For today's acrylic system I'm going to be using Wowbao. So for the nail bed colour I'm going to be using Crown Peach, and then for my marble I wanted to add in some pastels. So for the blue we have Forget Me Not, and then for the pink we have Wildflower, and then I wanted to add in a yellow as well, so I went for Lemonade. Now I don't use the Wowbao system too often, but I do find that I really love their colours for creating marbles. As I mentioned, I wanted to do some stamping, so I have this marble plate from Nicole Diary, so we're going to be using that. For the gold stamping polish I have this beautiful gold from Born Pretty. I believe, yep, it's called In Fire. I've had this ages, so I'm not 100% sure if these colours are still available. The stamp I'm going to be using is from Simply Polished. I'm really loving this. If you're used to the clear jelly stamper, it's very similar. And then we're going to be finishing off with the Wowbao Diamond Shine top coat. So to start off with, we're going to do our acrylic application in real time again. I really hope you are enjoying these. Let me know in the comments below. So I've placed down a medium-sized bead at the cuticle area, and as you can see I'm really pushing it out so that I can push it up to that cuticle area and then down towards the side walls. And then I'm going to gently pull the side down once I'm happy with it, so that that acrylic doesn't start flooding into the side walls. And then also all the time I'm still using the very tip of my brush to try and nudge it even closer to the cuticle area. Now I do find that the Wowbao acrylic system is a bit more of a wetter acrylic system, so this is why I place it a bit further away from the cuticle area, wait for it to polymerize, and then I start pushing it up. You will find that different acrylic systems work differently. For example, I find CJP works better on the more drier side and it dries a lot quicker than this particular one, and everyone's going to have their personal preferences, but once you crack the ratio of each brand, they are, all the ones I've tried anyway, are pretty lovely to work with. Then I'm just patting this out and pulling this down towards the tip of the nail, but I don't want to take it all the way down because we are going to be doing a marble acrylic tip, so I don't want to be adding any unnecessarily acrylic at the tip of the nail. This colour here, Crown Peach, was just to cover that nail bed area. Then I'm going to start coming in and creating my marble. So I'm using wet beads of those three colours and just placing them down on the tip of the nail. As you can see, the Lemonade is more of a really pale yellow, so in this set you don't really see too much of the yellow coming through. You want to make sure when you are doing a marble that you're placing your beads down fairly wet, just because then it marbles a lot easier. And then you just want to pull your brush through them and marble those colours together. And then here, because I'd applied my beads a little bit too wet and on the more larger side, I am wiping off any excess that comes over those side walls. This is going to, for this marble design, I lost my train of thought there. For this marble design, I was going for quite a soft, subtle marble. So that was why I picked out these colours. I knew that they'd kind of blend together. I didn't want anything to look too defined or too contrasting. If you add in quite a bold contrasting colour, it will stand out a lot more. But for this, I wanted to go for a bit of a spring vibe. I wanted it to look quite soft and subtle and delicate. So that's why I'm not really using too contrasting colours. They are all pastels. They do marble really lovely together, so I'm just continuing that and just creating that marble until I'm happy with it. So I'm placing down a few more beads, bringing my brush to a point, and then again marbling through them, pulling off any excess, and I'm trying my best to neaten up the side walls as well, but you don't want to play around with the acrylic too much because it will affect the marble design. And then because I want this to be an ombre, I'm going to blend this back a little bit. So originally I was actually going to add some glitter where the marble ended and the nail bed started, but I actually liked how it looked without the glitter, so I decided against that. So what I'm doing is I'm doing my best to blend it back. Obviously, because it's three different colours, it's a little bit more harder and you are going to see the line where it ends. So I do come in with another teeny tiny bead of Crown Peach just to fix up that marble. You could do the marble first and then come over the top with your Crown Peach, which is what I would normally do, but because I was going to be adding the glitter I didn't. But this is how I fix that up. So I'm just using my brush to get rid of some of that excess acrylic because I don't want it to come too far down the nail bed, and I want it to blend out a little bit more. So I'm just taking some monomer on my brush and just softening where that acrylic ends, trying to not touch that marble area too much because that acrylic hasn't fully set, so you will affect the marble design if you pull or play around with it too much. And then I'm kind of pressing the sides in a little bit as they set, just so we've not got too much excess lumpiness on the side walls of the nail. But I'm not stressing about it as much as I normally would because I don't want to affect that acrylic marble. You can see it's still quite wet, but I'm just touching it up here and there, just because if you keep your side walls nice and neat with your acrylic application, you have less finish filing to do. And then here I'm just coming back in and faffing around with that marble blend. I really liked how this marble looked. It kind of reminded me of those Zap ice lollies, which then just really got me dreaming of summer. Although we have only just gone into spring, I'm really looking forward to summer. I need some hot weather. So now we're going to take that small bead of Crown Peach and blending it in. As you can see, it's only a small wet bead. I'm only really adding this just to soften that blend area. And I don't want to pull this all the way down the nail. I literally want it to cover up where our coloured marble finished. And as you can see, it did the job. It softened it. And it looks really, really pretty. You can't really see where the marble ends because it just blends in beautifully. As I said, I've left all this in real time, so you see how slowly I am working with the acrylic. Then I'm going to leave this to fully set, and I did pop a thin clear encapsulation layer over the top. Only a thin one because I'd built up most of the nail, and then I did do all of the filing and buffing off camera so that we can jump to the stamping. So I'm going to apply a generous amount of stamping polish. This is a fairly large image, so I want to make sure I've got enough stamping polish down, and then I'm going to scrape off the excess. And then I'm going to just with a quick flick of my wrist pick up that image, and then using a lint roller I'm just going to remove any of the other images that I've picked up that I don't want to transfer down onto the nail. And then I want this gold stamped design to kind of run through the acrylic marble that we've created. I really like doing this, and this was one of the reasons why I loved this plate so much when I first got it, because you can create kind of like a layered effect. So I'm pressing that down. As you can see, it's pulled my nail tip out a little bit, so I'm having to push that back in. And then as you can see, I love how it covers up the marble a fair bit, but I really loved the effect that it gave off. So now all we've got to do is come in and top coat. So I'm just going to apply a thin coat of top coat, pop that in to cure, and that is the finished result. I do have quite a few more in-depth stamping videos up on my channel, so I will leave a playlist at the end linking those in case you want to check that out. But this is the finished result. I think it's super simple but super cute, so I really hope you all enjoyed watching. If you did, please do give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave me a comment below and let me know how you are all doing. I love checking in with you all. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would absolutely love it if you did. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.